Are we lined up good on this thing?
Well, we'll find out.
Don't even know. Oh.
All right, hello. Welcome to the Dusty Auspex. I'm Kyle.
I'm Fabio.
Fabio.
What is going on?
So, we've got, as usual, a lot of news to talk about. We've got a little top 10 for you today.
Yeah, it's a little more serious today, but there's got some big stuff happening. So
we're the serious podcast.
We're serious, super serious. All right, so let's dive right into the meat and potatoes here.
Absolutely.
We got AdMech.
AdMech, yes.
AdMech's up.
The community page, they've been previewing this the whole week, so we've got a little bit of meat and potatoes to go through here.
All right, so we're gonna bang these things off. Have a little discussion about them. So we're gonna start with the stratagems.
Yeah, certainly.
What do we got?
Well, we've seen a few very interesting ones. One of my favorites is the elimination volley.
Okay.
So using your shooting phase. If a destroyer unit, a Cataphront destroyer unit, is within 6 inches of the Castellan robots, the beep boops that I like so much.
Beep boops.
Beep boop. You can have one of the hit rolls for both units that phase. So combine that with your reroll strategy, or your reroll bubble that you've probably got going from either your Tech Priest or Call, whoever you've got. And all of a sudden you got a mean shooting, reroll list there.
Good, because they weren't bad enough.
Right.
All right. Okay.
They've given them a little bit of teleportation. So if you are of the Lucius Forge world, you can choose a unit, put it in the teleportarium chamber, and then at the end of any of your movement phases, you set it up anywhere that's 9 inches from the enemy. Okay. Now, there's a few units where that can be incredibly devastating on. Mostly, I'm thinking of the guys with the flamers. Again, if you look at the beep boops, they've got 12-inch flamers. So they can drop and do some real havoc.
Oh, man. So you just drop them down and cook everything.
Also, any of your major shooting units, basically. You drop them down in range and you unload or shitload of shots. Yeah, exactly.
So did the AdMech have a lot of units that when they were in like half range, they got a lot more shots or anything like that? Was that anything?
They had a decent amount of rapid fire units, yeah. It's transitioned a lot more into like assault-style weapons or heavy-style weapons. But even within there's a few interesting ones.
All right. Cool. And there's one more, right?
Yeah. Wrath of Mars. So this is a Mars-specific one. Okay. You use it at the start of a shooting phase, and then each time you make a wound roll of 6+ for the unit that you chose, it also does a mortal wound as well as the regular damage.
Okay. So we're starting to see a little bit of that, though. That seems to be a theme, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
On that 6, you get that additional, and it's a mortal wound.
They're trying to show that extra power from the hit.
Get those 6s.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And that's what they've shown us so far.
Okay. So you touched a little bit on Forge Worlds. So
yes.
let's go into that. And no, we're not talking Forge World like.
We're not talking
Forge
the company.
World.
With the really amazing models like the Sakaran variants, which we'll touch on in a little while. But no, this is the equivalent of the Space Marines Chapter Tactics or Chaos Space Marines with their Legion Tactics.
Okay.
For this, before the AdMech didn't really have a ton of flavor. You had Call, who had Mars keyword within his, but that was it. No one else had anything specific. They didn't give anything for that yet. And even previously, looking at 7th and 6th edition, or 7th edition, I guess it would be, nothing really specific to mark out, I'm a Metallica unit or I'm a Mars unit. No, it was all the same. It was all the same roles. Exactly. It was like both the Tyranids were in, or Necrons, or anyone else who didn't have anything like Chapter Tactic style.
Okay.
So now we've got Mars to start them off, the Glory of Mars, of course. For this one, we have Glory to the Omnissiah. So each time, now with the Canticles of the Omnissiah, which this affects, you can either choose to roll or you can pick it. If you roll, it's random, you're getting what you get. With this one, if you choose to roll to determine, you roll 2 dice instead of 1, and both benefits will apply. So that's giving you one really good turn if you luck out on the rolls. Even if you don't, there's enough of those Canticles that work well that you'll be fine there.
Okay, all right.
So that one's really nice. That one's nice.
That's really nice.
You've got the, I think Graia is the name of the Forge
Research
world.
is ongoing.
Research is always ongoing. Essentially what you're looking at this one is that any time a unit is taking a wound or is running, or if they were slain, you're rolling a dice on a 6, the model ignores that effect. So they're not slain, they're not running away when you fail morale. It gives those Graia units that stubbornness, and that's kind of what they're going for on this Forge world.
Okay, so it's a 1 in 6 chance to be a little more resilient.
Yeah, you got that 16% chance on top of whatever feel no pains and involves and whatever else you got, of course.
Okay, all right, cool. That's a little spicy, a little tougher.
So yeah, they're trying to portray the endurance for that Forge Worlds. The opposite side of that coin is Metallica, which has Relentless March. So this is kind of the always advancing forward. They're the relentless pushing through.
So they're probably going to be moving and shooting a lot more with less.
You are right on there.
All right.
With a unit with this dog, when they advance, they ignore the penalty for firing assault weapons and advancing.
Okay.
In addition to that, if they have any rapid-fire weapons, they're treated as assault weapons.
Rapid-fire weapons treated as assault
so
weapons. Okay.
Anything except heavy weapons, essentially, you're getting to advance and fire at fall.
Wow.
Which is pretty powerful if you want to get that distance.
Yeah, because that was something that the mechanic, or AdMech, kind of suffered from. They had that short range kind of.
You had a couple units that were like bombard across the map, and you can hit the 48 inches. Then everything else is like, oh, we're at 18.
Yeah.
Our effective's at like 30, but we're rapid fire, so 15. Yeah.
Welcome to the life of a Necron.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
You know,
so
the
it gives
mid-range
fire.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
So it gives them that a bit of mobility that they didn't have.
Yeah, and then you can you can mix and match. Like you got some stuff deep striking in, so you can pull them closer.
Absolutely.
You kind of suck.
You
your guys
can pair
and
with the
behind
teleporting stratagem.
All right.
There's all kinds of things they're making work here. They're really putting the layers in. And then finally, the one they previewed today was the Lucius Forge World.
Okay.
Which is the Solar Blessing. Basically, these guys are so used to being bombarded with solar radiation that damage doesn't bother them as much. So if they're being attacked, enemy attacks that have an AP of -1 are treated as though there's no AP.
Got
0.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm making that kind of like I thought when Kyle and I were talking earlier, he was talking about Forge of Lucius. I was like, oh, there's a Slanesh Chaos
you're thinking,
model that has this special rule,
Lucius
and I'm like,
Eternal.
okay, that's kind of neat. No.
No.
They've totally confused me with Forge Worlds and using Lucius as a term for
in multiple terms, as well as Sicaran's being used in multiple. Oh yeah, there's crossover for days there. Well, so that gives us a few of the stratagems. That touches on a few of the Forge Worlds.
And then we got Warlord traits.
We do.
We got one or two, you're saying?
We've got three here that they previewed for us.
Warlord traits. What do we got?
First one is going back to the homeworld of Mars.
Okay.
So this is static SOM code. Basically, it adds 3 inches to any aura abilities you have on your Warlord. So this is the Warlord trait Call comes with. It takes that 6-inch reroll any to hit ability he's got and pumps it to a 9-inch range, which, it was easy enough to get them in range. Now it's just ideal. You can get so many.
So now, you're not having to clump up as much as well, so people can't type as many units.
You don't have to stay as tight, and that's the thing that left me vulnerable before when I was playing that style was, okay, if I've got, like, Tyranids with Gene Stealers, or someone who can do a first-turn charge, Orcs with that warp or that fling where they can send the 30 boys across the map and then reroll their charge,
Beautiful.
Yeah,
cool.
So this gives a little bit of bubble against that. That gives a little bit of protection.
Okay.
Moving on from there, we've got Greya, and they've got what's called a motionless clarity. So for them, any of their units within 6 of the Warlord can fire assault and rapid fire, even if there's enemies within 1 inch of their own unit. So that goes back to that unyielding extra save.
So does that mean they
had.
can shoot? They can shoot in combat, essentially.
Essentially, yeah, because there's that restriction now that unless it's a pistol, if there's an enemy unit within 1 inch of yours in the combat range, you can't shoot them. Like you can't pick them out to try and get them.
So now these guys can.
This allows them to. Yeah.
So rapid fire and assault weapons now
benefit from this. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah, so you've got that durability, that extra level of save, plus you've got this able to pick off the enemies who are striking in close to you.
They'll be turning their guns sideways and kill-shotting.
Right?
Man.
And then we've got Metallica as the last Warlord trait they previewed.
Okay.
This one is order efficiency, so kind of going with that relentless advance. If a friendly Metallica unit is within 6 of your Warlord when they're falling back, it can still shoot. So normally you're restricted against that. If you're falling back, you're not shooting.
You're not firing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty strong.
Yeah. So it just has to subtract 1 from that unit's hit rolls in that shooting phase.
Better than not being able to shoot.
Right.
And that's anything. Any.
Yep.
Any unit close.
Any unit that's within 6 inches of the Warlord when it falls back.
Wow.
So again, you want to be smart about your bubbles and your traits.
But I mean, a lot of people do try and get things tied up in order to force them to pull back and sacrifice that turn.
Right.
So now you're basically
making them decide. It's like, am I shooting?
Yeah.
Am I keeping you locked in combat? Like, do I want these couple units over here to pile in at you?
So there's a lot of tactics. You can see the kind of work.
The layers are developing. This is the kind of thing I was trying to say early on, but it was really hard for people to see at the time. When it was just indexes, it's like, yeah, but the flavor's coming.
Yeah, you got to wait for the flavor.
Yeah, but they're going to give you ways to do this.
It's like you buying chicken at the mall or at the shopping mall,
Yeah.
It comes bare. You got to add the flavor afterwards.
You have to add the flavor. Yeah.
So flavor's coming.
Otherwise, it's just a greasy mess.
Just a big greasy mess. All right, and then I guess that moves us to the relics.
Yes, we have a single relic.
Okay.
They previewed it for Metallica models.
Okay.
So this goes on essentially your Tech Priest, your Dominus. It's called Adamantine Arm. It's a melee. A single melee attack is used using this profile, but it's strength times 3, AP minus 3, 3 damage. So if you're going on a standard Tech Priest, you're looking at strength 12 from that single attack.
Okay, so he's gonna wreck some stuff.
Yep. No minuses to there like you would see with like a power arm or that kind of thing. Just straight up go for enhancing. It. But only one gets to swing.
Hey, that's all right.
Yeah, it's a nice little relic. It's a nice little wreck face relic. So yeah, they're giving us a lot that's really nice right now.
Yeah.
Any
flavor's good. Any flavor's good. We need the flavor. Got to keep it rolling. And they've been pretty consistent,
Absolutely.
right? It's coming out pretty quick, and which is nice. You're not waiting months on end.
This will be the 4th codex that'll be dropping. Of course, this weekend Death Guard will hit, and the pre-order goes up for AdMech this weekend. So they're kind of doing that simul thing.
Yeah.
Death Guard is Codex 3, AdMech's Codex 4. This is putting us in a really fun area where suddenly we've got more and more flavor developing. They hit 2 of the big ones by doing Marines and Chaos Marines first.
Absolutely. Well,
now we've got Eldar, Imperial Guard, and Tyranids as the next 3 after AdMech.
Oh man, Necrons are not coming this before Christmas.
I don't know. I see them as an early next year kind of thing.
No. Little salty.
Yeah.
Little salty right now.
Christmas, December release, that'll be interesting. Because you'll get chapter approved and 2 more codexes.
Okay.
And they haven't given us a hint as to those codexes yet.
Well, irregardless.
Yes.
A lot of stuff coming out, which is always good for everybody. Most people, unlike myself, have multiple armies, so everyone kind of benefits.
They're catching it us quickly.
Absolutely.
For those that were worried that we were going to be stuck with the index style, no, it's hitting quick.
They have made sure those were not relevant for very long.
Yeah.
So we touched on different Sakaran variants.
Oh yes, in that little Forge World mention there.
Yeah, a little plug there.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 new ones.
4 total. They've released one new one, which is like that plasma.
The railgun variant?
Yeah, the railgun variant.
The wannabe Tau variant?
Where it looks like they went to a Titan and they're like, you don't need this right now. We're just going to put it on this
I'm going to borrow that for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'll just take this back. Yeah. So about that, earlier, a couple weeks ago, they released like a missile launcher variant.
Yeah, it looked like it looked like a Typhoon missile launcher, but it was also on a Rhino, I believe. There was a Rhino.
There's a Rhino that had that same missile launcher. Yeah. It's like a Helios style or something like that. I don't know exactly which one. Forge World isn't my strength, I'll admit. But
not mine either.
We've also got the Punisher Cannon variant that they put out.
Shots for days.
If you need shots, if you need to absolutely wipe a horde of things off the map, you got it.
If you got an elite army and you need some horde mowers, we got you covered.
And of course, we've got our classic, the one everyone loved and hated in 7th edition. I ignore Jink.
Yeah, great.
So that would be the Accelerator Autocannon one.
Hey, Homer. Fifi is away on vacation right now. She takes a leave of absence for about 6 months every year.
She gets cranky if we don't give her that.
Yeah. It's part of her bonus. So.
But rest assured, we will be considering her for any pairings and any drawings that need to be done.
Yeah. Appearing. All right, so let's go. So we've been kind of talking about some new stuff coming out. I wanted to give a little plug to Frontline Gaming's new mats that have been coming out.
Gorgeous.
Now,
there's
been a number of new mats that have come out just in the last, I think, week and a half, 2 weeks at most.
Yeah, they've been starting to push these really hard.
Yeah, and they're really cool because they're kind of they're very thematic to very specific armies.
Yeah.
So, like, for Chaos, there's not just a Chaos one with a Chaos Star.
No, you've got, like, different gods.
Right,
yeah.
Right, so they're going to Khorne, they got a Slanesh one, they've got a Nurgle one. I haven't seen a Thousand Suns one yet.
Everyone will get to Zeech
but I'm
eventually.
sure they'll get a Zeech one.
It always happens.
But they've got a lot. I think there's about 8-9 new mats coming out, and they look great.
That one they were previewing today, that like Eldar Ruins on the foresty world, that looks slick when they did those zoom ins.
It's the amount of graphic on a 2D mat.
Oh, I know. Like,
it's looking good.
I was always impressed with what they put out before, and they've really stepped up their game going to their own brand, the FLG
Yeah,
mats.
they've really gone a step ahead. Further, and they look great. Like, there's one that looks like steampunkish.
Oh, just gorgeous stuff.
Yeah, they're really clean. I know a lot of people are against them because they're just so 2D and there's not much to them. But but for tournaments and stuff, for what we do in masses,
it makes sense.
It makes sense. It's just a lot easier. It's a lot simpler.
I'm finding a lot of the other games, the other styles, they're going to that as well.
Yeah,
you know, they sell a whole range of 4x4 as well.
4x4,
if you're doing Infinity or if you're
3x3s.
doing War Machine.
Yeah.
You know,
They do space ones for the X-Wing and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So,
they're a widespread market. Like, they're willing to tap into everything.
Yeah. No, they definitely, there's no bias there. They definitely, they like going into everything.
And solid products. I've never had an issue with their products.
No, they're clean as long as you take care of them.
Yep,
They last.
You treat them right, they'll treat you right.
It's a love-hate relationship, but it's, but no, it's good.
These are things you can learn from a hate-hate relationship.
Yeah. Next, we got, we've been plugging away on the Infinity front, so we're not going to touch, Byron with Northern Lights Terrain and I, and, you know, Scott and Kyle have all been kind of going back and forth with him a lot with 40K terrain, Infinity terrain, trying to find a nice sweet spot with price and quality.
And I gotta say,
quantity,
the two Scots have been doing an excellent job on that front.
So we've got some stuff coming down the pipe. We've got a lot of new terrain coming out, kind of rolling that out for the new year. So
no, Yuri.
Twin Eagles is kind of our
event
period at the end of a year.
It's where we take the pause, kind of regroup, get ourselves ready for that new year.
So we're going to have a lot of new terrain coming out. Infinity's going to have a bit more stuff coming down the pipe.
Absolutely. You're going to see that
hopefully we can get some more Age of Sigmar. So if any of you Age of Sigmar guys out there know anybody, make sure to get them on the council page. Get them following us.
Absolutely. We really want to push that.
Yeah, we want to get everyone involved.
People are interested in these different games. We're going to do what we can to get them connected.
Exactly. So let's move on to the apps.
Oh, all right.
Or I guess singular app.
For now, singular.
Yeah. So
all right.
We've got a Citadel Paint app coming up.
So I think we've got kind of an up and down going here.
Yeah, this is the love-hate right here.
We got a love-hate.
Be ready, be ready.
I'm not completely sold on the app. I'm not over the moon, but I think they've got a good start going on it, and I think this is a good step. Yeah. However, I agree with your point.
What's up with the having an army building app? I mean, those are the two apps that were supposed to be coming out, and for some reason the Paint app came first.
Yeah.
Again, a little more salt from me.
And I get that it's a little more complex. I get that there's a little bit more in the army builder, but man, it just seems to be the intuitive thing that you would have this lined up and ready if the guys that are doing the Battlescribe stuff independently can keep up with it.
And I mean, they sent a cease and desist on a guy that did it online.
Yep.
And his was actually phenomenal.
It was great.
It was much better than Battlescribe. It was a lot cleaner. It had, it was a lot more interactive, and it was.
And you could see what the units were.
Yes,
like, it was amazing.
Yes, it was really nice, and they got rid of it. So you figure, okay, they're going to drop their own right away. No, not at all. They're going to drop their Paint app first.
Yeah. So, I have a feeling this is going to be something that'll end up being delayed like next year or further in.
Yeah, that doesn't I
could almost see them pulling it where it's like, hey, it's our 1 year anniversary of the new 40K. Here's your app. Now that we've got all the books out.
Yeah, not a fan of that. But I mean, regardless or irregardless, the Paint app, I think it will be good. I just think the timing of it. I think it'll be useful. Absolutely. But I just think the timing of it, I would have much rather seen.
I hope they prove me wrong and that this army builder comes out sooner.
Yeah.
Touching on Infinity, having been using theirs, the one that Corvus Belli puts out.
Okay.
It's free and holy crap, it's perfect. It's incredibly accurate. And if you don't know what something is, you click, it links to their wiki and pops open on your browser right there. GW.
Take notes, Game Workshop. Take notes.
You've got the money to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
you ain't hurting.
I do have to give them props for their increased social media presence and their attempts to push this more, for sure.
For sure.
But this is still a misstep in my mind. This is something that should have been an easy win for them.
I honestly feel it should have come out as soon as the...
I was surprised it didn't.
The indexes came out.
I was surprised we did not have a simul drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of too bad there, but...
Yeah.
So obviously the Death Guard Codex is coming out
this weekend.
Yes. So that's pretty exciting.
Everyone who put in their pre-orders is going to be very happy this weekend.
Yeah. Good. That's exciting. Have we heard anything new on that front at all? Is it still kind of the same?
We've heard a little bit more. Mini Wargaming put out 2 review videos this last week because they of course had their advanced. Okay. A couple other sites have also put out their video reviews of them at this point.
Anything interesting?
It's the Mortal Wound Army.
Okay. So
they've got
let's touch on that. Yeah,
they have a ton of stratagems and ways to deal out mortal wounds.
Okay.
There's also an incredible level of resilience in there, guys.
Okay.
So it's basically what you would expect out of them. They're really tough.
Yeah.
And when you make them explode, it's kind of this gross goo that kills you.
So,
like an example, one of the stratagems is when a Death Guard vehicle loses its last wound, you can target it with a stratagem to make it roll a 6. It's exploding.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can send this little suicide guy in and be like, nope, you're dead.
You did.
So there's potential there. There's
Okay.
lots of things you can do. In terms of the mortal wounds, between warlord traits, relics, spells, and stratagems, they have, I think, more access than any other army right now to easy mortal wounds.
Cool.
And then there's Big M.
Yeah.
Mortarion, oh my god.
Big Morty.
470 points.
Okay.
I didn't see, they were very careful in their reviews not to show the page from the book, so I couldn't confirm this, but it looks like he's a psyker as well.
Oh, okay.
So I think he's like a level 2 or 3
so
in terms of the powers he can cast.
Nothing crazy, but he'll be able to...
But he'll be able to take advantage, yeah.
Okay. Right.
Another nice thing about him is the fact that he has 2 attack modes on his scythe. So one is a standard Primarch bash and kill mode. You're looking at Strength 8 to start, descends as he goes down in his levels. -4 to the damage.
Yeah.
Strength times 2 on the big power hit, so Strength 16, and D6 damage. So Magnus has that guaranteed 3 damage, but Morty has the D6 for even more potential. Now, if you find yourself getting stuck into a horde, which a lot of people like to do to Primarchs, he's got a horde killing mode.
Yeah, so he's got a way to slice and dice.
Yeah, you triple his attack characteristics.
Oh, lordy.
So every attack does 3. It's at his base strength, so 8, 7, 6 at the bottom level, -2 to the save and single damage.
Okay.
But if you're chewing through a horde, that's all you need.
Yeah.
18 attacks that are hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s to wound, and probably wounding on 2s.
And more often than not, you're probably going to be swinging first.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, there's not going to be much left swinging back at you, and... you'll kill them in their turn, probably, and then move on to the next.
I've already got my filth list going together. I can fix
here we go.
Fate Weaver, Mortarion, and Magnus into a single list.
Oh, lordy.
So get ready for Magnus doing the fastball special and throwing Mortarion into the lines and then kind of wandering off the other way like, oh, that was great, guys.
So so in your opinion, who do you think is top dog right now? Is it still Magnus, or is it, you think Morty's going to...
This is hard because... I don't know how many spells he can cast at this point. I'm assuming 3.
Okay, let's assume 3.
Magnus is the guy I always want to say, but my heart is telling me right now that Mortarion is pushing just past with...
Yeah?
It's the resilience, because he's got that disgustingly resilient that everyone else has in Nurgle. So after...
Isn't it 1 better, though, too?
No, his is only a 5+. There's a Warlord trait that allows 1 better, but he doesn't have that one.
Cool.
But anyway, he has a 4-up invul, he's got a 3-up armor save, and he's got this 5-up to ignore damage. He's pretty solid in terms of shrugging things off. Then you count that he's got a couple abilities that deal mortal wounds, and he's got spells that can throw out mortal wounds, as well as screw with your stats and their stats. Yeah, that's a beast of a Primarch, and 470 points, that's an incredible value. Cool. I would happily pay that.
Yeah, please take my points. All right, so...
Mortarion is indeed a Lord of War.
Boom.
So if folks are looking at, how am I fitting in both? 2 Supreme Command detachments, just so I can really maximize the number of heralds I'm getting out there for the smite spam.
Okay.
And then a battalion, which is literally just HQ with 3 troops.
God damn.
Then with Fate Weaver on command points, I'm looking at 10 to 12. 10 to 12 command points in that. Yeah.
So guys, if you haven't got your book yet ordered, head down to Hidden City.
Absolutely.
And,
with saving the taxes on there, that makes Mortarion a little more affordable. $170 price tag base. And not paying an extra $20 in tax. Yeah, no, I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
I mean, then.
Yes, Mortarion is a Lord of War. Yeah.
And then also, I guess if you're going to grab the AdMech stuff,
yes, pre-order goes up this weekend. Not a ton there. You've got the book, the cards that they're putting out. Paul is going as a separate HQ. So.
I mean, I personally. The way I go about when new releases come out, especially stuff that interests me, I don't know about everybody else, but I usually go just for the book first.
I think that's the best way to approach it.
You get the book, you have your reading material, you kind of get a feel for what you like, what you don't like, and then you kind of see what everyone else does and get the feelers. And then if people buy things that they don't end up liking, and
yes, that's actually
you
very
might be
smart.
able to snipe some stuff on the cheap because they're trying to get rid of it to buy what they actually wanted. Stuff like that. So there's little tricks.
It's also a good time because some sellers will look at when a Codex release is coming, and if they have a similar army they're willing to get rid of or wanting to get rid of, that's a good time to pump it out.
Try and pump it out.
It really is.
Yep, a little bit higher in value.
Yep.
Right? Try and argue that, hey, it's the new stuff. Or
maybe it'll move quick if you want a fast sale. Like, you've got options.
Yeah, you got
at
options.
That point.
It's good stuff.
But overall, I think I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far from all the codexes. The previews, anyway, for Death Guard and AdMech look very solid. Chaos Marines and Space Marines have been solid. Man, good job so far.
Now, I haven't been down to the store or anything lately. I haven't been to Hidden City and stuff like that. Have you seen a lot of increase in those armies being played? Have you seen a lot of
I've seen a lot more of Chaos Marines coming back out again, especially things that I didn't see before. Like, you're seeing guys use Warp Talons now because they're actually useful.
Yeah, you can actually hit.
Yeah, you're not hitting last, charging into terrain. Surprise.
Not coming down, maybe losing a couple models, missing with your Meltas, sitting there for a turn to get shot at.
Yeah.
And then maybe you had two guys
and it's like you've got 2 Lightning Claws on them.
And they're literally striking before the regular Space Marine Joes that are sitting there that you just charged. Yeah.
Or the Guard, or the Tau, or the Necrons.
And I got a little more salt. Just pumping it out.
But no, I've seen a big increase. I forgot Grey Knights have also come out as well as
right.
That was a small release.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the Grey Knights.
I've played against them a couple of times.
Anything spicy? Nothing.
There's some interesting things in there, but I think it's going to take time for people to really flesh out what works.
Do you think they're more of like one of those armies that they just kind of complement, Space Marines?
A little bit. I think they've gotten better at what they're supposed to do, which is kill demons.
Kill demons.
In 6th, 7th edition, when I played my demon list against a Grey Knight list, I usually didn't have a worry about taking the win.
Okay.
I didn't find Grey Knights that difficult to face with the demons. Now they actually have a lot of damage they do against demons. Like, their smite automatically does 3 damage or 3 mortal wounds against the demon, as opposed to a single mortal wound against anyone else.
All right, so
they've got a lot that works against it now.
A little more punch.
Yeah.
Okay.
People are tempted by the Grandmaster and the Dread Knight because it's kind of hilarious. But you're looking at a 300-point unit to get moving.
Now that guy that came out with the Rob G and I think Cypher was in that box set. The 3 guys.
Yep, and Grandmaster Voltus.
Yeah. How is he now? Is he
he's better.
A little? Yeah, he's a little better.
He's no longer just an initiative Thunderhammer. Okay. I think I can't remember exactly what he's got for his ability, but I know they gave him something else.
They gave him a little more.
Yeah,
a little more flavor.
Instead of I'm an initiative 5 Thunderhammer for like 20 more points.
Okay.
It didn't fit.
And I guess on that note, Rob G, like, what has he been floating around a lot still? Is he kind of
Ultramarines, man? Ultramarines got it. Yeah,
he's still floating hard.
Ultramarines got this 2 wonderful boosts. One is a tactic, like their chapter tactic, so they can fall back and still do the shoot, like as though they had assault weapons. And the other one was the Warlord trait. When you spend a command point, you roll a dice on a 5+, you get it back.
I think I saw someone playing that. That's pretty.
You're recycling command points. It's brilliant. Yeah, even though it's only a 1/3 chance.
Hey, better than nothing.
I will take it.
For sure. And then what about Cypher? So Cypher in the index was just, in my opinion, kind of just very lackluster.
That's still where he is. Because the Dark Angel Codex hasn't hit yet.
Okay, so you think he's going to have more in that one?
I think they'll tuck something for him in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So let's give a couple plugs to our sponsors. What do we got? We got Cromlech.
Yep.
They've been great.
Cromlech has been fantastic on the price board.
Has been coming out with a lot of nice stuff. I hope people are checking that stuff out because some of it, especially those orc players, Dan. They've got some crazy new stuff popping out.
What else was really good? Secret Weapon miniatures.
Yeah, Secret Weapon. Yep. Secret Weapon's got some a lot of new basing stuff like that.
Yes, they've been really doing
cool.
good there.
Obviously, Hidden City. Hidden City is great.
Ever since we've been going to Hidden City and really doing the partnership there, it's been really good.
It's been good.
It's been excellent.
It's a place to go on Fridays. If anybody's looking for gaming, post up on the War Council page.
Absolutely.
And usually you can find games Infinity and 40K, a little splash of Age of Sigmar if you're vocal.
Yep.
Down at Hidden City.
You just got to be a little insistent.
Yeah.
You know.
We got the Beardos. We got Ovi and the gang. They've been great. They're not really, I guess, technically a sponsor to the same degree, but on the same note,
they give us a lot of support.
They've been supporting a lot, and they've been really.
Steve and Ovi, they give us so much support.
They've been great guys. So thanks to them. Who else we got?
Byron.
Yeah, we talked about Byron, Northern Lights Terrain. He's got a lot of good stuff. Can't thank him enough.
AYB, of course.
AYB. Yeah, they with all the equipment, allowing us to use producer Josh
to be able to do this podcast,
doing this, podcast, stuff like that. On call,
On-call is a huge
On-call,
one.
I have been back and forth with those guys. Our website is, we were hoping to launch before Twin Eagles, but we figured instead of rushing it, we're gonna drop it in the new year.
Make it look slick. Yep.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to do on there. It's going to be really interactive. Really excited about our shop pages. A lot of stuff that you're going to see on there.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm excited to have a nice central location for everyone to be able to go to. It's nice having the Facebook page, but some people don't participate.
Some people don't like Facebook and stuff, so at least they have a place they can go click.
Yeah.
And everything is there.
Absolutely.
They can watch old episodes of the podcast. They can...
And it really ties the different communities in town together. There's so many different gaming groups in town. There's so many different guys who do basement gaming with their friends. This is a good way to meet new people, get new opponents out, get some diversity in your gaming. We're a wonderful community here.
Yeah, we actually do have quite a good community for being a small city.
We're passionate, and people like to support each other.
We love our dice
and
our tabletop games, right? It's good stuff. Producer Josh, gonna ask a question here. Where are we? When are we hitting our break? Where's the break point? Okay, so let's do it now. Then we'll come back with the top 10, and then we're gonna discuss everything with Twin Eagles.
Yes.
So guys, stay tuned. We're gonna take a quick breather and grab a drink, and we'll be back to
entertain
and inform. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Drink time.
Yep. We still on? Mics aren't on. Okay, good. Yeah, sorry, I didn't. I thought last time you signaled for break. Sorry, that's what I was waiting for. That's why we were trying to drag that out a little bit because I wanted to go over the top 10 next and then go into Twin Eagles because it's okay. Did I make? Oh, otherwise we just say.
Also have the power to just say we're going to go to a break.
Oh, okay.
Myself and Matt will be listening, and we'll be ready to go to break.
Okay, that's what I meant. Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Sorry, I didn't make that.
No, that's okay.
No, that's
That's all right.
fine.
That's my. All right, cool.